Hello everyone, this is Steve Draper here in my hotel room in Provo, Utah on the end of the week-long Woodworking 101 course at the Dale L. Nish School of Woodturning here at Crafts Supply. It's been a long week, but I've learned a lot. Now today I don't have any pictures for you or any video to show you of projects that we've made because they're all packed up. Everything that we've done for the week been packed up and being shipped back home. But I'll have another video next week to show you those items that we made in the school this week. Today consisted of really finishing up the projects that we'd started, primarily the platter and the lidded box that we finished up today and got those completed. As most of the students did, we also ordered items to take home with us. I ordered over $1,000 worth of tools to take with me. Now, some of you may say that is a lot of money, and for some of you that may be a lot of money. But I have to tell you, after this experience this week, I've learned the value of using good tools and using them the right way. The really emphasis of this school is teaching the students how to accurately, safely, and effectively and efficiently do wood turning. And a couple of things that I've learned that are very important. I think probably the most important thing I learned this week is the importance of sharp tools. I just can't tell you how pleasurable it is to do wood turning when you have super sharp tools. One of the things we did quite frequently was to go over and touch up the sharpness of our tools. Often 2 or 3 times in an hour in doing wood turning, we would go over and touch up our tools, and the difference was just immense. So the first thing I can tell you right now, if you want to do good wood turning, you have to sharpen your tools often. And these are high-speed steel tools that we're using. We're not using the low-carbon tools. We're using very high-quality ones. Now the tools here that are used at the school are all by Henry Taylor, which is made in England. They're very high quality, and those are what I bought. I bought all of the Henry Taylor tools that we used here in our class to take home with me to use for my wood turning at home. Also, another thing I learned is the importance of having a lathe that is at the correct dimensions and height for your particular body size. I can tell you right now that I'm going to have to make some adjustments getting home if I do any turning on my Shopsmith, because the Shopsmith is really too low for doing good, effective wood turning, as I've learned here in this school. And so I've learned all the good habits of how to do it on a good lathe at the proper height. And so I may be going home and putting some things under my Shopsmith to make it up higher so that I can have the same experience on home on my Shopsmith as I had here. The other thing I noticed about using a dedicated lathe is how quiet they are. They are super quiet, super smooth, just no vibration whatsoever. Unlike the Shopsmith, on either headstock, you've got vibration and noise that's far greater than what you do have on a dedicated lathe. I'm not saying that to badmouth the Shopsmith, because I believe in Shopsmith equipment, but it has its limitations. And it's every particular function it has, there's some particular compromise that has to be made in order to have a multi-purpose tool compared with high-quality standalone tools. So I'm not saying any of you should go out and sell your Shopsmith and get a dedicated lathe. I'm not saying that at all. But you got to look at the kind of work you're going to be doing, how often you're going to do it. I personally don't do a lot of wood turning, so I probably will not be buying a dedicated lathe, but I am interested in doing the kind of work that we've learned here in this school. And so I think I'm going to end this here. I got to tell you, I'm tired. I'm not used to being on my feet on a concrete floor 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. At the end of every day, after class, I would go home, go back to my hotel room, eat a dinner, and maybe an hour later, I was in bed because it is a long, demanding day. Now, I will tell you The learning that happens here is just tremendous, primarily because you receive written instructions on how to do these things that you can take home with you. You watch somebody else do it. After a task is done, we go over to our machines and we perform the task that was just been demonstrated to us. And then the instructors come around and they give us pointers and correct our errors and get us doing it correctly so that we can get the feel of doing it. And then we go back over, we do some more instruction. Then we go back to our machines. It's back and forth like that all through the entire day. And it is really a hands-on learning experience that I don't think you can get in any other way. I don't think you can get this kind of learning experience in your local woodturning club that you may have, or in your local woodworking store. Yes, they have classes, but they're not going to have the kind of intenseness that happens here at this school. So I've been told that many of the people that take this course that I just took come back and take it again because there is so much information that is packed into here. And the instructor told us when we get home, he says, if you want to really master the things you've learned here in this school this week, you need to do wood turning every day for the next 2 weeks so that you can get these things ingrained into yourself. So I think that's it for here from today in Provo, Utah. I have an early morning flight tomorrow morning, 5:11 a.m., so I'll be going to bed early here to fly back home to Bellevue, Nebraska. So I'll see you next week when I talk a little bit more about and show you the projects we did. That's it for here. Steve Draper here for Shopsmith Mark 47520 at the Dale L. Nish Woodturning School here in Provo, Utah.